Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in two cases, cause number 23-CCCR-1630 and cause number 23-CCCR-1682. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Watisha Nicole Jackson. Ms. Jackson, is that your full name? How you doing, Ms. Jackson?
Okay.
That's good. Ms. Jackson, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Brevin Jackson. Attorney Jackson, do you waive a record in Ms. Jackson's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Jackson, I have before me a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, it alleges that you, Watisha Nicole Jackson, on or about July 15 of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespass. Ms. Jackson, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Actually, yes, I understand.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Actually, I'm not guilty, so.
Okay,
but I
well,
would say that-
we can't follow this plea bargain.
So we
Yeah.
just set it for trial, Judge.
Yeah, we just set it for trial. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
just follow the bailiff.
So will I still be on her case, Judge?
Technically you are,
Okay.
but, yeah, we can, yeah,
Okay,
All right.
I'm
Thank
okay with you with a trial date.
Okay.
okay. And just put that,
The court is gonna learn today.
Yeah, okay.
put it,
I've already.
put it on his, Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is now in session. The court is in session and calls number M331-1. That can't be right. That's not enough number. On this MTRP, a number is one or four is missing. And I'm just looking at the copy. It says M33144.
Should be M33144. Write it in there, Erica.
Or you have any, you're gonna amend?
Yeah, who's following?
Yeah, but
Just somebody missed the phone.
you have any objection to this?
No.
Okay. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is in session and calls number M331444. Case is style the state of Texas versus Adam J. Harrison. Mr. Harrison, was Adam Joseph Harrison. Mr. Harrison, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Harrison, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Harrison, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Harrison, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Harrison?
I'm good.
That's good. Now, Mr. Harrison, you're represented in this case by your attorney, Reverend Jackson. Attorney Jackson, do you waive a record in Mr. Harrison's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Harrison, I have before me a motion to revoke your probation. In this motion, it alleges that it alleges that you, Adam J. Harrison, on March 8th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed that you were placed on probation for the Class A misdemeanor of assault, family violence. Your punishment was assessed at 60 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail and a fine of $1,000. However, you was placed on probation for a period of 12 months. In this motion, Mr. Harrison, there are 3 allegations. Is the state abandoning any?
We're not.
No. Now, Mr. Harrison, allegation number 1 alleges that you, Adam J. Harrison, failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office ordered by the court for the months of February 2023, March of 2023, April of 2023, and May of 2023. Mr. Harrison, and that was a violation of condition 4 of your probation order. Mr. Harrison, is that true or not true?
True.
Hold on a minute. Now, the motion said he was placed on probation March 8th of 2023. So my question is, how could he violate his probation on February 2023 when he wasn't even on probation? I see probation, just looking at the court's record, taking judicial notice of the court's file, it says that I have a judgment stating that he was placed on probation in February 16th of 2023.
So he was placed on probation in February of 2020?
I'm looking at the judgment that's in the court's file.
Okay. So what was the question? I'm sorry.
Your motion says that he was placed on probation March 8th, 2023.
Okay. Well, what we could do, we'll take that, we'll abandon allegation 4. Like, wait a minute, failure to report. That's number 1. And we'll just go with number 3 and 2. So we're going to remove those.
Yeah, but I mean, you could look at the motion in the
Right, I see what you're saying, but the allegation that it affects, looks like it would be 1.
I think it affects the whole motion. If you're saying that he was on probation at a time that he wasn't on probation, that he wasn't given probation, it doesn't say on or about, it says on March 8th.
Okay, he wasn't, I understand what you're saying, he wasn't on probation on March the 8th. But the allegations for violation aren't on that date, but you're saying because it says the wrong date, that's enough to avoid.
No, I'm saying it, I don't know if you wanna, what y'all wanna do with it, but
I
I
can
mean,
change the date if there's no
Yeah,
objection.
I mean, because, I mean, I understand that the state could amend their motion and all that, but just for the sake of time and efficiency, I mean, Mr. Harrison would like to get out today rather.
yeah, but my question is, do you, now, once the state amend the motion, you're entitled to,
We'll
so
wait.
many days in order to prepare, so
Right.
so you're not objecting to it, and you waive any time that you, are entitled to get by law to prepare,
Correct. Yes.
okay? So you're gonna amend it from March 8th till February, what is that date? I think it's February 14th of 2023. That's what it has on the judgment. And the court can take judicial notice of the court's file.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a,
Right now.
this will be the first amended motion.
You just noted it.
Right.
That's it. Yeah, we're gonna go.
Okay, so we're gonna call this the state. It's gonna be the first amended motion to revoke probation. Now, Mr. Harrison, I'm going to go over this here first amended motion to revoke probation, and it states that you, Adam J. Harrison, defendant in the above style and number cause, was tried on the 14th day of February 2023 for the offense of assault, a misdemeanor, and that on such date, the defendant was found guilty and assessed punishment of a term of 60 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail and a fine of $1,000 in accordance with the provisions of Article 42.12 of the Code of Criminal Procedure of the state of Texas, and confinement was probated for a period of 12 months upon the conditions that, and there are three conditions here. Allegation number one alleges that you, Adam J. Harrison, failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office as ordered by the court for the months of February 2023, March 2023, April 2023, and May of 2023 as directed in violation of condition 4 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
Allegation number 2 alleges that you, Adam J. Harrison, failed to pay court assessed fees as ordered by the court, and as of May 8 of 2023, that you were $760 in arrears in violation of condition 8 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
And allegation number 3 alleges that you, Adam J. Harrison, failed to perform community service hours as required by the court in violation of condition 14 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
Now, are you pleading true to allegations 1, 2, and 3 freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading true because they are true?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Harrison, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Hey, Mr. Harrison, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked MTRP, which means multiple revoked probation, true to allegations 1, 2, and 3. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, this document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Harrison, before you signed and initialed these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney, Mr. Jackson, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Harrison, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Judge.
No objections, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Jackson, you advised and counseled Mr. Harrison. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Jackson, Mr. Harrison, your attorney, Mr. Jackson, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Jackson, prior to, I see here we have an assessment that's in the file. Did you have an opportunity to review this assessment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections to the finding, conclusions, and recommendations in this assessment?
No, Your Honor.
State, do you have an opportunity to review the assessment?
I did.
Do you have any objections to the finding, conclusions, and recommendations in this assessment?
No.
The court has also reviewed this assessment. The court will take judicial notice of the finding, conclusions, and recommendations in this assessment. The report does show that Mr. Harrison is a person that has a mental illness. However, his offense is let's see, hold on a minute. The court has determined that there are community-based mental health and IDD services that are appropriate. In this case, and therefore the court will find that Mr. Harrison does not have a he has a mental illness, but he is not mentally incompetent to stand trial. The court will accept his plea of no contest. The court will find that his plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given, and the court finds that there is sufficient evidence to revoke his probation, and his probation is hereby revoked. And state, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea of true, the state is offered 43 days in Jefferson County Jail, giving him credit for 43 days, time served, tax and retired court costs.
Okay, Mr. Harrison, the state is offering that you serve 43 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you've already served 43 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you've already spent in jail. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired. That means that you will not be required to pay any court costs because the time that you spent in jail has already paid off the court costs in this case. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Now, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Harrison, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Harrison, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Harrison, you have before you a document that is titled Written Admonition on Ineligibility to Possess a Firearm or Ammunition. I'm going to go over this document with you. And in accordance with the Texas Administrative Code, Section 176.1, the court hereby admonish you of the following. Number one, you are by entry of order or judgment ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number three, under Texas Penal Code Section 46.013, A, firearm means any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife blade, or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, or two, a replica of an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.292, Magistrate's Orders for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code Section 46.02, unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code Section 46.04, unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code Section 85.026, warning on protective orders. Now, Mr. Harrison, this will conclude your case. If you do not have anything else holding you in jail, you should be getting out of jail today. You need to stand next to your attorney, and you're going to stand in front of our clerk, follow her directions. Once you're finished following her directions, you'll be free to follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day. Thank you. And Mr. Jackson, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You too, Judge. Thank you.